Hi everyone, it's Christina from Card Creations and More by C. And we're going to make another video today using the same paper as the last video. And I think this card actually is going to be very cute. And hopefully semi-masculine is my goal. So to get started, I'm going to be using a A2 size card base, and I've already gone ahead and scored it. And my first layer on the front, I want to cover the whole card base with this paper. So I think we're going to go ahead and I'm trying to think here. I guess we'll go. I think I'm going to just go ahead and put my adhesive right on the card. I cut the piece of paper a little bit bigger than the card so that I would have room to put it exactly where I wanted it. So I think I'm going to go ahead and try to line this up the best I can against the top crease. Okay, and then since I cut it too big, we need to trim it. So we're going to go ahead and just carefully, we're going to try not to trim any of the base layer off, but just trim the excess pieces. And like I said, it's not that much bigger, just a little bit. This way I didn't have to worry if it didn't fit the card exactly, because I know that I'll be making it fit perfectly this way. And that's just a little tip. Sometimes, even though a certain size should be an exact size, whether your trimmer's off just a little tiny bit or what, but sometimes things aren't the same size when you go to work on them. So just making sure I get all of that one. There's a little bit left here. So this is one way to make sure that you get the perfect fit. Okay, there we go. So I didn't want any of the white to show on that part of the card. So there we have our card base so far, and I think I'm going to go ahead and adhere my inside layers next. And I've got some blue metallic paper. We're using all the same papers from the last card. And some white textured paper. And I just put a couple of strips when I'm doing the inside because it's not going to get caught in anything, so I feel like a couple strips of adhesive is usually good unless it's quite heavy. Then I might put a little bit more. So I'm just going to go ahead and layer these in, and these are cut 1/4 of an inch smaller each way. So there we have a little color on the inside, and it also makes the inside layer more sturdy like the front. And then on our outside, I want to go ahead and adhere this metallic paper. I wanted a little bit of the pattern paper to show around it, so that's why I did this way. And this one I am going to go ahead and go around all 4 sides so that it's really stuck down well. Okay. And I've got a little scratch in this metallic paper, but it's not going to matter since we're going to be covering that part up anyway. This is just a layer, so I just wanted a little bit of it to show through. And I'll go ahead and make sure we've got this quite centered, and then we'll stick it down. Okay, so there's that. That looks good. And now we're going to work on our layer that will be on the front of the card in the middle, which will be like that. So I want to run this piece of ribbon across the card a little bit. Just a little bit down from there. I'm going to put a little bit of ATG so that we can stabilize it. And then I'm going to just lay it across. I think I actually put that a little bit too far over. That's the nice thing about ATG. I can just roll it right off with my finger. And yeah, I think I just wanted it just a little bit higher than that. So we'll just start over with that piece. Okay, not as bad as the little mistake that I made in my other video. Okay, a little bit higher is good. Now I can adhere this ribbon Just try to make sure that it's nice and straight going across the card, and it is. And then I'm just going to do the cheater method and go ahead and tape this down in the back. I like to put one more piece of tape there. And then it will be out of the way. At first I cut a piece of dark blue ribbon, but on second thought I decided that I wanted the green instead. So there's that. Then we're going to have our sentiment adhered down. And this is from the Scrappy Mom stamp set, which is called Simple Sentiments. I'm using the one that's just for you, and I stamped it using some Azure Blue Stays On ink. So it's nice and bright. I love it. And I'm going to go ahead and adhere that down over here in this top corner. So I chose this sentiment because it could probably be used for a few different occasions. And then so that's starting to look really cute. I love that against that blue metallic paper. Very nice. So our next thing is the turtle from Create a Critter. I recently sold another turtle card, so of course I had to make another one since it's my favorite. So I'm going to go ahead and put my blue layer, and for the base layer for the little mouth I wanted it to be that glittery green color. So I went ahead and put some crafty power tape on the back of this because it is getting stuck to glitter paper, which is sometimes hard to adhere to. And you can get this tape at Hobby Lobby or Joann's. It's by 3L Scrapbook Adhesives, and it's super high tack tape. They call it Crafty Power Tape. If you can get it when Hobby Lobby has it 50% off, then it's only $5, which makes it about the same price as score tape, and it's just as sticky. So I went ahead and put a little bit of that on the back of my turtle in spots, so this way it will be stuck really well against the glitter paper. And I'm just having trouble getting that one piece up. Okay. And then we're going to go ahead and adhere this to our base. Make sure, and you do want to make sure that you really have it where you want it to be before you stick it down because it's very sticky. So there's our turtle, like that. Then what I wanted to do next was adhere these little wiggly eyes, whatever you want to call them. And I'm going to go ahead, I think, and use my Elmer's Craft Bond glue. Put a dab. Oops. Let's see. Put a nice dab there. And then I'm going to go ahead and try to lay those over top of it and get them stuck down. And the glue will dry clear if you do use too much and it comes out the edges, which is one reason why I really like this type of glue. And I did get a little bit too much, but hopefully we can get some of that off. I think I put a little too much glue. Wonder. Now that I'm looking at this, I don't know if I like those eyes well enough. I might want bigger eyes. Might want to go with the next size up. Yes, I think I'm going to. This is how I store all my eyes, this little container here. So it actually doesn't really matter that I got a little bit of glue around the edges because I'm going to go ahead and take those off and use bigger eyes. I think I want his eyes to really pop out. I'm going to put a little bit more glue. Yeah, that should be good. And then go ahead and stick that down good. Oh yeah, I really like that with the bigger eyes. Definitely. Okay. It's going to take a minute for that to dry, especially on that really glossy paper. So I think that we'll just, maybe what I'll do is instead of running ATG on the head, I'll just put this crafty tape on the back of it. What I'm going to do is adhere the turtle straight to my card base because I want to pop up other parts of it. So that's why we're going to do it that way. Hopefully those eyes will be a little bit more glued down when I flip it over. They're wiggling around on me too much. Okay, I just want to get this part of the adhesive thing off. I love my tweezer tweezers. They're the best. Okay. Now we can work on sticking this. Jeez. I feel like I'm all thumbs today. Okay. Putting this where I want it. Just right down here. That's a little bit crooked. There we go. Okay, so we've got that part adhered down. Next we're going to adhere our the top part of our shell to the other part of the shell. I'm going to go ahead and use my Elmer's glue for that. Get enough of it so that it doesn't come off. It should stick well to the glitter paper, so that's why I'm going to do that. And I'm just putting some little dabs. You just want to be careful if you have this glue bottle that you don't let the cap come all the way off, and otherwise the glue will come flying out all over your project. That's happened to me before. So we're going to go ahead and lay this down on top of the shell and then really press it in well and let the glue start to bond to it. I do recommend that glue bottle though for anybody, honestly. It's only $4.95. You can get it from quilledcreations.com. They're based out of New York anyways. They're only like 45 minutes from where I live, so when I order from them, I get stuff from them like the very next day, priority mail. They ship everything priority mail, so you can get it that way. And it's only like $4.95 I think, and it's excellent. And I'm going to put a little gem in the center of each one of these circles. And they're just dark blue gemstones that I got from AC Moore. They're self-adhesive, which is, in my opinion, the easiest ones to deal with because they're already nice and sticky and ready to go. And I like to usually apply gems with my Quilled Creations tweezers. Okay, so I want to pop this up on the card. So I'm going to actually just use some foam squares that I bought. I think these ones came from Michael's. Okay, this just does not want to come off of that one. Boy. Alright, there we go. I don't know, that one piece, the adhesive was like cemented onto it, so it definitely wasn't coming off. Okay, I'm just going to put 4 of them, I think. Alright, then we'll line this up over top of the card. This way his little shell is raised up, but the rest of him is flat to the card. Now, for one other little touch on here, and these eyes are still kind of moving, so they're going to take a little bit longer to dry. I cut the little top hat from the turkey from Create-A-Critter. I don't know, this was cut maybe like 1.5 inches. And I want to go ahead and adhere that over top of his head. So that's what we're going to do. And I'm just going to use another foam square to do that. And I think I might use one mini one as well to make sure that there's something up at the top part. There we go. And I'm going to go ahead and put it right over top of his head. And I wanted that to be popped up as well. So there we have that, and I'm going to go ahead and adhere this down to the front of our card. I think what I'm going to do is put the adhesive right on here since I've got so much dimension on that now. And I'll just make sure that I'm not putting it too far over where it could be seen. Then we can go ahead and adhere this right down. And press it in really well. I think this is super cute. And if those eyes don't get completely stuck down in a little while, I'll use another glue. But I'm pretty positive it's just because of the slippery surface of the metallic paper. And the other thing I wanted to do was put a couple of little bling right on my ribbon on each side of the top hat, just to sort of distract the two greens that are on top of each other, because the green hat on top of the green ribbon. So a little bling on each side, and there's our card. I think it turned out really cute. I think it could be considered a masculine card, hopefully, even though it has a little bit of sparkle to it. And I'm glad I went with the bigger eyes. I think they stand out more. It looks really cute. I hope you guys enjoy it, and hopefully you can see it really well. And who knows, I might be doing one more video with those papers. We'll see. Thanks for watching.